Okay. Hey everybody. Um I have Kim with us. She goes by K Crime and also Burn Barrel. She hasn't been around lately, and I was getting a lot of messages because I never watch Whiteboy, of course, because he's just a clown. He really truly is. And he's just, I mean, especially the stuff he's pulled lately, and the clips I've seen on the stuff that he said about Fred and I was already not in a good mood or happy with the dude because he just makes a joke out of everything. Oh, it's so funny. These bones we found, and he calls them dog bones, just making up stuff that's completely untrue. Nobody ever said, how would we know exactly what they were? They don't call us and tell us, oh, so it was these bones and this and that. Anyways, we just know that there was some deer bones just because you know what deer bones look like. Anyways, then I was hearing today that like Kate Crimes over on White Boys. I'm like, what? No, because I hadn't talked to you forever.
And he trapped me. He lured me, invaded me. He got me. He caught me. I messed up.
No. But he was, you guys, like I was so
rage baited me.
The part when I went over there, I could not like I had to wait a little bit to go live because he was so disrespectful. And thank God that you have such a good attitude, a good head on your shoulders and stuff. And it just shows like the level of maturity compared to him, like him sitting there and he was like, it's absolutely disgusting. It's completely against like TOS, the stuff he was saying about your sexuality and stuff like that. Like definitely against YouTube terms of service. And he was trying to paint Kim basically like she was coming on to Candace and Grandis. Oh, basically only because she's a lesbian or bisexual. I don't know if you consider yourself bisexual or lesbian, but I don't know if it really matters. Either way.
You know what? I haven't dated anybody in years. I'm a nothing. I don't date. But I will say I was married to a woman before she died of cancer. That's what happened. Yeah. My wife died of leukemia.
And you just, I mean, would open up to them, I'm guessing, and, try to relate to them, and you probably let them know and that does not mean you're interested in him. He's sitting there, was making these claims. Did he show any proof of you coming on to Candace or Grandis at any point? Because I only watched 5 minutes.
For some reason, Daisy seems to believe that's what happened, but she doesn't know for sure. That's what she said.
Yeah.
It absolutely didn't happen. It didn't happen. What did happen was that Candace liked me so much, and we built a rapport and a friendship that she's told me she wished I would date her mom.
Yeah,
that that's true. Her mom would have meet a nice woman like me. That's what it was. Right.
And this was like a couple years ago, right? It was like 2-3 years ago, and he's just acting like you just did shit and stuff.
Right. Like just,
party.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it must like I was telling you, slow news day over there on White Boys must have been to just like, because I guess you must have sent him an email or something with your theory.
So last week he was talking about theories. And what's so strange is I never really watched his show. Never really watched his channel. And I don't know why it came up on my feed last week. And he was talking about theories. And he was like all the, different theories and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let me send him an email. Because he said, send me, people send him emails and all this stuff. So let me send him an email with the stuff that I've went over and the things that I've investigated. And my theory.
Wow.
Because I actually thought the guy generally cared. Now I know he's not. Now I know he's just a rage baiter. He's about clicks and views, and it's all about being funny, and he does skits and stuff. Now I understand now what he is.
You found out? I mean,
I wasn't familiar with him.
By you were like watching him as a viewer, and you emailed him, and so basically he freaking exploited you in a way, or put out there and made content out of you from an email you're sending him when he's asking people further theories. Like that is absolutely freaking disgusting.
Right.
and then he called you scissor just because you're you know, because
Because I
you're
was
past.
married to a woman. I was married to a woman at one time.
It's
Yeah.
so disrespectful. You guys, if you watch that, you're gonna be so mad. Like I was so close to go. I know I should have gone up there and just cussed the dude out, but I was like, it's not
It's
gonna do any good.
the
Like,
thing is, the poor guy obviously needs content. So he
yeah,
can't, he doesn't have anything of his own. So he has to, uh, do stuff for other people. Like, I mean, take stuff from, information. He has to use, and now I realize he uses other creators as his content.
yeah, and
I
he
see
doesn't like,
now he makes like joke videos and satire and all that. And I was misinformed. I thought he actually genuinely was interested in information, which,
right. Like
it,
he's exactly what he is.
I
He's a
was just
he's
sharing, like my own theory on things, but it is what it is. And what's really strange to me is, I had respect for Daisy and for Jinkies, not, I mean, I don't agree all the time with them, but I consider them a little bit more respectable. I was really surprised that they collaborated with him in a sense, and they are, and that Daisy would say the things that she said because it was very inappropriate. And
yeah.
I don't even understand why they would even sink to
Yeah,
that inappropriate level.
Daisy was basically suggesting that you were coming onto her, that you thought she
Right.
was sex according to Candace or
Exactly.
something. And
Yes.
like she was in there like being all giddy, like yeah,
Right.
yeah, acting like you
Hmm.
wanted her or something. And then
Yes.
White Boy was sitting there trying to make act like she was some type of like predator or something,
Hmm.
like reaching out to these people, reaching out to Don and Candace and Grandis for like sexual reasons. It went sexual
Hmm.
to him. That's not a common
Right.
theme I know.
He took
I've
it
noticed.
sexual. Right.
It's not telling our word. You're the weirdo. Freaking,
Hmm.
your crew is a weirdo. White Boy, you went over there in those we'll just call them PDFs. I hear that's what they call them online right now. That's what you're supporting. You're sitting there. If you want answers and real information, why wouldn't the parents of Summer Wells want
Information.
what?
No
Yeah,
stuff. Right.
I should say it blows my mind. Like,
Hmm.
why are they out here? Why is he out here purposely? Like with the stuff he said too, like saying that, oh, he contacted Don Wells in the clip I saw, and he was saying, so Ziggy was on there saying that there's this phone with all the evidence that happened on the whole crime, and it's he made up this elaborate story. Like, I never freaking said ever that he what I put out was something that was said to me in a private message from Rap, and it wasn't even said to what he was saying. He even added onto the story and made it into this big thing and told Dawn that I was saying this and that I said that he threw or that Candace threw a phone in a lake, like just completely.
Hmm.
I mean, just completely not the truth. Like, why would you purposely put out stuff falsely and sit there and make jokes
Right.
about the Summer Wells case? It's a
Hmm.
missing little girl. Like, dude, you're in
Right.
the wrong community. Okay, like
He
you're trying to be like one of
he
those.
said the things he said to me. How could the Summer Wells case turn into scissoring? And he kept repeating that over and over again, which was completely inappropriate on him. He is the only one who brought something inappropriate into the conversation about the Summer Wells case in with me, because I absolutely have never brought anything inappropriate into it ever. It
No,
was
man, you talk
completely
for you.
years.
Yes,
We've
you
talked for
never have
years.
ever said anything
Never.
inappropriate to me. Like
No.
just because I mean, yeah, I knew like your past and stuff. We talked
Hmm.
personal stuff, but
Right.
you never like what? Like why does his and I noticed this with all of them.
Hmm.
All their minds go to something freaking sexual and weird, Like it's just like normal minds don't go there, and
Exactly.
I see why he relates to Don Wells so much, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Birdie said, please let me say this. I shared that thought because I thought your theory was very plausible in several ways, but I'm sorry he was ugly to you in that way. Yeah, I don't know what I didn't see it, so I don't know. I don't know if you saw people's comments and stuff, but I didn't. Honestly, from what I've seen, the little part I did, it was like I think most people were just like sitting there watching, like, oh my God, is he free? I mean, for real? Like, while calling you a weirdo and stuff, like he looked like like he was sitting there trying to act like you were making a fool of himself, of yourself. The dude looked like the biggest piece of shit ever. And here they are, like cheering, like only a few of them, the few weirdos, like cheering them on.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like most people are probably just like flipping out like I was, and why I got so many messages about it, because other people thought it was just crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
the guy obviously, he needs to talk about something, because what else is he going to do? Dress up as a girl again? Dress up as a woman and like as some other creator and do a funny skit?
Oh no!
I mean, he doesn't have anything else to talk about or anything else to do.
A lesbian now? Is he going to be coming? I mean, I guess
Right.
that means he wants Candace.
Right. Now it's just silly. He's just a weirdo. He's just a weird guy who. It actually didn't even really bother me that bad. What hurts me out of all of it is that I spent a lot of time doing a lot of investigating on a lot of stuff. I went down every type of rabbit hole, every type of thing. I spent hours speaking with Candace over and over again about so many different things. And in the end, the only thing that makes the most sense to me is her step brothers and sister theory with them and the.
But you're not thinking that Candace and Dawn are involved?
I think Candace knows now. I think she learned later, but that in the beginning, I don't think she absolutely knew completely. I think Candy Hair set it all up.
And Dawn,
I don't think Dawn. No, I think the whole point was they hid it from Dawn. So remember when Candace went to Georgia with Deanna and that whole thing, and Dawn gave her the black eye, and it was that whole thing. I sent her money for that because they were trying to get away. So that whole freak out happened when I came to her about the whole situation with her sister and with her brother-in-law, Jose Diaz. Do you remember all that? I don't know if you remember all that.
I remember.
Maybe 2 years ago, year and a half.
Was that with the homeless woman at the hotel when she was staying at the hotel and had that homeless woman and kids, or is that a whole different?
No.
Okay.
Do you remember when she got the black eye?
Gosh, hasn't she had I do, yeah.
The big black eye situation, and then she took off and she disappeared, and she was in Georgia. Right? She went to Georgia with Deanna. So she took off and left because her and Dawn had a huge blowout, and it all started over me and her all talking about, I think that her mom set all this stuff up. And remember when she did the 3-way call with me and Candy Hair? She set me up on a 3-way call, and then Candy.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, I don't think you posted it or anything.
No, no. This was all private, behind the scenes, like me talking to Candace,
Mm-hmm.
And when she freaked out like she did, made me question if it seemed pretty legitimate, because I came at her, with the Simpson theory of if he killed her and put her in, they put her behind the waterfall. I came at her with all these things, and she, she didn't care. She didn't want to talk about it. She didn't believe it. She didn't freak out until I said, I think Jose Diaz and Ida De Leon and Stephanie Kirk came up and got Summer. That's when she started freaking out. Mm-hmm. And Candace freaks out when she gets caught in something.
And
started freaking out.
And maybe, and that's why Don Wells maybe blames CPS, because isn't these people connected to CPS? One of the ladies worked for CPS.
Yes, exactly. So Stephanie,
so that could be why Don, maybe he
Yes.
knows about it. He was a part of it, and now he can just be like, maybe he regrets something, or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's not part.
I think what happened was, when you get a CPS case, you have to contact family members and you have to find somebody in case they take your kids. They want a family plan. So that week prior, Candace was setting up a family plan of what, if something was to happen because CPS was there, and that Stephanie Fox Gibson was there at their house. She's the head of CPS. There was a couple workers. They were up there, and they talked to Candy Hare and them, and they were trying to decide, what to do with the case, and they were investigating them. And they told her things that she had to get done around her house even. And it's, when they have you contact family members. And see, prior to that, so Kenneth Bly died. His services were March 15th or March 5th. So,
Kenneth Bly?
No, May 5th. Yeah, Kenneth Bly, May 5th. His services were May 5th. And in Wisconsin, so here she was in contact, her dad just died. She was in contact with her dad and her brothers and her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jose Diaz is the husband of Candace's sister, Kathleen. So there's a whole nother family that Candace kept hidden. And the thing is, so Candy Hare was brought into that family when she was only 18 years old. Kenneth Bly was a lot older than her. And they were all working the carnivals. They were all carny people. And they met, and he brought her in and was staying with her. And he was still married to the mother, with his Kathleen also. And
so Kathleen, Kenneth Bly's daughter, right? So it'd be like a supposed, like kind of a half sister, even though I don't think
absolute half sister, 100% half sister. Yeah, half
sister.
sister.
Some people think Kenneth is her real father.
Right. Okay. Right. She made a comment that she at one time, maybe there was another guy. His name is Dallas. She said his name is Dallas. That might be her dad, a guy named Dallas, but she doesn't know. It was mentioned before, but on paper and as far as it goes, her everything, Kenneth Bly was her dad. And he was married to Kathy first. Well, they called her Kay. And then she had two kids, Kenneth and Kathleen. And then Kathleen, which is Candace's sister, is married to Jose Diaz. And Jose is the other Jose. I keep saying, everyone talks about Jose. So the Jose that was around, that even Dudley was mentioning, was that Jose, probably her brother-in-law. So that's why, that other Jose was a minute thing, wasn't around. Jose Diaz has been around for 20 years.
So is it this, and you're saying that part of the family is in South Carolina, or
yeah,
is it
Union, South Carolina? Yeah, 3 hours away. They just live 3 hours away in Union, South Carolina. Yep, her brother.
And where was okay? And I know I'm trying to think, but I'm trying to think who is from, who in this case has been. I mean, a lot of North Carolina has came up. The only person I'm coming up, and it's just Green Eyes, which was just a subscriber. I think he was from South Carolina. He's not really part of the case. He was. I don't know what he is, who he is. I don't know. He could have been in just. But when he first came around, I noticed that he on his Facebook there was South Carolina license plates and stuff in the background. I think Candace said that Kenneth wasn't her real father, but raised her. Nobody is explaining what, Shannon.
Yeah, even when even when they took the Jose supposedly back down to South Carolina, that's where they took him down
This
there.
is you guys. I said at the beginning of the okay. I guess I did put special, only put special guest. I didn't put. I guess I could change it to burn barrels or K crime.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I'll just put K crime. So I was trying to put on the. I introduced her at the beginning. Right? I was trying to put on where it says the people's names, but I don't. Or wait. I don't know why I don't see an option. I don't know. It used to give it.
I don't know if I can here.
Huh?
I put my name up, but it's for some reason you don't have it showing on your panel though.
Yeah, that's what I was looking to see, since people keep asking like who is who you are and stuff. But she was just, so she goes by her K crime and burn barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And she hadn't been on for a long time. So when I heard, I was getting people contacting me saying that she was over on White Boys. And I was like, no way. Because I don't know, me and you haven't talked for a long time, really. And I thought you were not really on YouTube anymore. And so when I heard that, I was like, no, I didn't believe it. So that's why I went over there and looked, and I saw it. And so I listened for a second. And of course, when I was listening to it, I like instantly started my blood pressure going up. Like,
He was me. Okay, so Angel on Earth said she is not married to Jose Diaz. Ziggy, I sent you a picture of Kenneth Bly's profile. Kathleen is on his profile. I have researched this. Okay, so there's two Kathy. There's Kathy, the stepmom of Candace, and then there's the Kathleen, the sister. So Kathleen, the sister, is the one married to Jose Diaz, and they have two kids, Kimberly and Crystal. So Candace has two nieces. One's named Kimberly and one's name is Crystal Diaz. But now they're married and have children also. But yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. Kenneth Bly's profile. Kathleen was his. There's Kathleen and Kathleen.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean about Kenneth Bly. There's Kathleen.
So Kenneth Bly is also married to a Kathy. So they named their daughter Kathy also. So you have the Kathy and then the Kathleen Jr. They're both Kathys. So the wife was Kathy and then the daughter was Kathleen. So Candace's sister, Kathy, is married to Jose Diaz.
But yeah, the purpose of this live though was to just to
talk about Whiteboy.
Yeah, because I was so
he is.
why is he purposely putting out misinformation? Like, you're supposed to, and then he was trying to call her, basically say about her like she was like, he's like, all these weirdos try to compete with each other to be like their best buds or something. It's like, he's talking about him fucking self. Are you freaking like brain dead? So
I support everybody, whatever, that's why I was friendly to him. I respected him. Yeah, it's a half sister. Candace has half sisters. It's a half sister, but it's still her sister.
I said it from the very, like, that's the very first thing I said. I said half. I asked her half sister, so that came out immediately.
Yeah, it's her dad. The dad was married.
Obviously, we know that Candace only had. We know of Jeannie and
Rose.
Yeah, Rose. But yes, she does have half siblings that are And I'm not even sure. How many baby? I mean, has Kenneth Bly? I was thinking too that maybe he even been married before. He
got with Kathy. He was with Kathy. They were like teenagers when they got together. He was with her. They were young, and they had two kids young. Yeah. and then he got with
I just,
Candy.
what is it you're trying to say, Angel? On Earth, I mean, like, as far as, like, I just don't want an argument that she's not, you're just trying to say that Kathleen's not married to Jose Diaz? Let's see. Her
Well,
Kathleen.
the old Kathleen isn't now. She's not married to anybody. She's an old lady, but the daughter, her daughter, Candace's half sister.
I was trying to see if real quick I could find some type of real quick I didn't know we would get into this too much, but I was trying to find real quick if I could find who it says she resides with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But why? What's up? I don't understand the. So what are you trying to say she is? All right. Do you want me to bring her up or?
Sure. No, sure. I mean, it could, you know what? I haven't been researching in the last couple years. I mean, they could be, who knows? Maybe they're divorced now. I mean, but they were married for years and have children together.
Okay.
You know, so.
All right. I guess I'll put it on here. I'll edit. K Crime is on panel. From Burn Barrel. And I have it in the title now too. Yeah.
Yes.
Well.
Yes.
Hello.
Daisy says.
Hey, I'm not trying to say you're wrong at all. I think you might have the wrong Kathleen.
Okay.
Because I looked at his obit, and Ziggy, I sent you a link to
his who?
Kenneth Bly's profile.
Yeah, okay. Kenneth Bly, right?
Now hear me out. Hear me out. Right, I know. And underneath where his friends are, his daughter is on there.
Yeah.
And her last name is not Diaz, and it matches the same name in the obit.
It's as what?
I don't want to say her name.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to dox her.
Are you sure it's not the ex-wife?
No, it isn't. You can tell she's not that old. She's about Candace's age, a little older maybe.
Yeah, she's about 6 years older. Her name is Kathleen. She is.
Yes. Diaz is not her sister.
Bly. Okay.
No, her last name is not Bly, and it isn't Diaz.
Okay.
Okay, what is it?
I don't want to say, Ziggy. Come on. It starts with an H. Her last name.
Well, I mean,
Kathleen Hess. Okay, that's his daughter, which is Candace's half sister.
Here's Kathleen who? Okay. Well, just send it to me in message and I'll look it up.
I think Kathleen Hess is his ex-wife.
No, that's his daughter. If you look in his obit, it says so.
I have his obituary. It says 5 children: Kathleen, Kenneth, Candace, and Jeannie and Rosie. It doesn't say last names.
Mm-hmm.
Has no last names.
It would be half sister, not stepsister. Half sister. It's the father.
That's
they have the same
just
father.
Kenneth's daughter, not also Grandis, but
right.
That's who Kim is saying, or K Crime is saying that. I guess I should call you K Crime so people know I'm referring to you. But in the obituary, it just says Ken has left behind 5 children: Kathleen, Kenneth, Candace, Jeannie, and Rosie. And and his sister Geraldine Hens and several grandchildren. It doesn't have any last names.
There's an obit somewhere that has her last name on it.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, I mean, I've pulled their records. I've even pulled their house, where they live, like the CAD and everything. And in Union Gap, the house that they live in Bishop. I mean, everywhere everything they live. And the brother, she was married to Jose Diaz. They have 2 kids, Crystal Diaz and Kimberly Diaz, and they actually have different last names now because they both are married and have children also. But there's pictures of their wedding, everything. Like they're married.
That's not a common last name or Jose Diaz kind of common name. So I'm trying to, because I
Right.
was trying to look up real quick to
Mhm.
see what I could find, like quickly, to try. But I mean, this is stuff that you guys worked on for a long time, and it is like
Right.
the obituary. Usually, obituary is the same. I think. I mean, because the family writes it, so it's usually the same, like everywhere. I
Yeah.
think there's only one. So I would think, but I don't know. I mean, gosh, I haven't been part of many funerals either, so I'm trying to remember if.
Okay, well, I'll jump down. I could be wrong.
No, you're fine. But thank you for coming up, though. It gives us something to look into.
I had sent you
I
pictures
can
a
find
long
out.
time
I can
ago.
see that.
If you look at some of the pictures I sent you a long time ago, there's a picture of like the wedding where he's dancing with his daughter. Jose Diaz is dancing with his daughter, and both Kathleen's and the daughters are in the pictures.
I see where she sent me. So Angel, I see where you sent me his profile here. And it does say, I do see what she's talking about. There is a Kathy. She's right. Okay, I'm going to her profile. See, I don't think that's her. I think that's a different. Here, I'm going to send this to you just privately. I'm not going to pull it up because I know, because she's right. Like, YouTube has been so freaking weird about what you show these days. Like, it's crazy. I pulled up the sex offender registry and they said that was like personal identifying information, and my video got took down. So I'm going to send you this. Kim, private or right now, this the who I think she's talking about, and tell me if that's looks familiar, that person. Because that name, she has her maiden name on her profile right now, and it says that's a different girl, a woman. Yeah, because now she has her maiden name up on her profile. Here, I'm gonna send this to her.
That's not her. The person that I sent you the pictures of is her. I don't know who that person is. That's not the sister, though.
I can see why she would think that was her, Kathleen, right. Because some people do go by Kathy, like they're named Kathleen.
So Candace denies. I'm going to answer the question here about Candace has contact. Candace denies having contact with them, but I think she has contact with them. She's denying it now because of the situation. There was even a time where Dawn was working with her brother. So it's really hard for me to believe they don't have contact. Because Kenneth also... So there's also a connection. So the guy that Dawn was working for in Jonesboro, he used to be in partners with another guy out of Johnson City. And that guy actually used to be married to the woman that Kenneth Bly, the brother now, is dating. So there's totally connections with all these people. They're all connected to each other.
Yeah.
So
it's weird how
they totally have grown. She grew up around these people, and
here, let me pull up
the carnival. They all worked in the carnivals together. So
it might be a good idea to pull up his obituary. Just no, there's nothing identifying in it. I'm like afraid to pull up anything these days.
Right.
Can I buy obituary? What was it? I just searched to.
No, it was prior. The working that Dawn was doing would have been prior to Summer going missing. That's when he was around these people with working and everything.
I was had it for some reason. Okay, Swedberg. I don't know why it's like will come. Oh, because I'm on a different. Trying to pull it up on my computer too. Like it's for some reason I'm searching on my computer and it's not pulling up like the same website. Sorry.
JPG. So the
Here we go.
caseworker, the main caseworker in that area at the time, who was in charge of all those, she was out of Kingsport, but she worked Rogersville and a bunch of the little cities in that area. She actually, her name was Christy Fox Gibson. Well, her niece is Stephanie Kirk, and Stephanie Kirk is Ida De Leon's best friend, and they work together.
Is that weird?
And that is the niece of Jose Diaz. It's Jose Diaz's sister's daughter. Right.
He passed away right before Summer went missing.
Yeah, I know, because they all started getting in contact with each other. That's what I told you.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, they would have been just getting in contact with each other again because the family coming down together for his funeral. And isn't it weird too? Candace is married.
Well, it was in Wisconsin. The funeral was in Wisconsin. And actually at the same time, Candy Hare had went up to Wisconsin also. They had went up. Candy Hare came down after, came back down.
Yeah, we can't go by anything as far as like, I mean, because even here it shows Candace and it doesn't even have Dawn listed as her husband. So it didn't list anybody's husband. I mean, Candace was married in 2021. So, yeah.
Actually, I think Candace got married the month after that, really, didn't they? Or were they married already? Oh, no, because they married. Yeah.
No, it was 2016 when they got married.
Yeah, 2016.
17 or something when Summer was a baby. Because you remember the picture?
Yes, I remember now. Yeah, 2016 is
that's a reference.
Right.
That's a good reference point to see, Summer as a baby there. She's about a year or so or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's right.
But don't feel bad, Angel. I really thank you so much for like coming up here and stuff. Don't feel bad if
it's a calf. I mean, there's other Caffeys. I mean, that's a Caffey. There's other Caffeys, but that's another Caffey. Just like there's a bunch of Jose's, there's a bunch of Caffeys.
Well, like I was just watching today a Killer Looks video, and I just had noticed like, was it Killer? Yeah, I don't know or it was maybe somebody took info from Killer Looks. Yeah, no, it's Deeds, and he was referencing the Wesley, like there was something about that revocable trust. It showed when the Fields Road property was transferred. And I have a point to all this. I know it sounds like completely off, and I'll probably forget it. But anyways, yeah. See, I'm forgetting my ADHD. I was trying to
Wesley.
The Wesley. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So on that deed, when they put it into the revocable trust, it said George Wesley Bernard and Polly Smith or whatever, or Polly Bernard. That's not George. That's not Andy's dad. That's Andy's grandfather. So I don't know why. But anyways, because Andy's dad is actually the same name as Andy. George Andrew Bernard, George Andrew Bernard Sr. and then Jr. And for some reason, I don't know why that deed shows Wesley Bernard, but anyways, Don's middle name's Wesley, right? And then we have, then there was something else about, he brought up another Wesley with a middle name, Goad, William. Okay. Then he shows this Wesley Goad, which isn't that, I thought, like Don's stepdad and who had like,
the Goats.
I thought it was. I guess it's not. I mean, the guy was arrested for murder or something. That wasn't. He was showing a guy named William Goad, but I think it was a different middle. I thought for a second it was Don's stepdad. I'm like, oh my God, I never knew he was arrested for, unaliving somebody. Like, what the heck? And then, but the middle name was Wesley. And I'm like, so Don was named after this guy. So actually, or why Don has a middle name Wesley? I didn't, it was confusing to me, but I guess, but then when I looked up Don's stepdad's name, it had William J. Goad. So you see, it's like, is so freaking.
I think just a lot of the names are the similar.
Nobody said Leslie. Wesley.
Leslie.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
too much to keep up with.
Right.
It's too much, and these people, their names, and so I don't understand. I don't understand where that. It's just weird. They all have the same names, and all these names like connected. Don Wesley Brown. Yeah, I did say that on one of his. So, yeah, I mean,
it
I
is
totally.
odd. It's odd. And they all have the same names. You know, it's strange how they all have the same names.
Yeah, and so I don't know. Does anybody know what Killer? I know we're off topic. Does anybody watch Carol Look's video where he was showing that William Goad that was arrested for that unaliving?
I'll have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
I guess I could bring it up if you don't care, but we could still keep talking about the shenanigans. I just remember that it made me. I was trying to. It's like, who is this guy and what's his relation?
Mm-hmm.
Because let's see, Steeds, and I'll just pull up his a screenshot of when he shows the. Okay, so in this he shows this. Is it right here? Who is this guy? William Wesley Goad Jr.
Well, you know, Goad had a son, right?
But he's birthday 1948. Is that would that be?
Would have been. Well,
because Don was born in 67 or something, right? Or something like that.
But Goad was kind of old.
So like,
was old.
Is this Don's stepdad or who is this?
It could be it could be his step cousin, or it could be his step brother. Because William Goad had kids. They were up there. I know he had some daughters too. They were upset, that Don got the property.
So was Don named after this guy? Because this guy was born.
I think it's a coincidence. I think it's just
he couldn't have been born after him because his mom wouldn't have known him because she was married to a different guy. Like, what? Yes. It's confusing.
Right.
So, and I don't think Killer Looks really talked in this. He just kind of showed the paperwork, which was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He let it bleed.
Yeah, it's just deceased. Okay, what did that say? That part that he just showed. Sentence began in 1983. Well, when did William Goad? Okay, let me look up William Goad obituary, Rogersville, Tennessee. Here, is it Bill? Was that his name? Joseph. Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, his name is Joseph. His middle name is Joseph. Hold on, let me show this. So that's why it's so confusing. All these names, like, why are they all like? So I don't know. This guy's born November 14th, 46, and that guy was born November 48. November 21st, 48.
They could be brothers.
What's this one say? This is November 14th, 46. Very close to ages, but different middle. Is it? I mean, I'm confused as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, 2007 is when. Yeah, see, he died in 2007. So who are these people who is that guy that passed or that Killer Looks was showing? maybe it was, I guess if this guy was born, well, no, they couldn't have been, they're probably like cousins or something. I don't know.
Right. I'm sure the Goad family, they had like land out there. It was kind of all.
See, it's like so much. I can see, can you guys, I mean, that's why, like, of course, it's going to be so difficult to keep all this stuff straight. Yeah, I could do a family tree. I do like, I could do a family tree, or I could, you know what? She has done a family, K Crime's done a family tree.
No, I did the family tree. True.
Yeah. Me and her worked on those together.
Yeah,
so that's when we were talking, and she linked me on hers. And so we were kind of like trying to like help each other, like trying to figure out, because there was a lot of that, like, is this one, you know, a different middle name, especially with Don Wells, like his dad. But yeah, it might be on the family tree that, and I think I was just looking at that recently on yours, I think.
I haven't been on it in a while. I need to look at it again. I don't know. I kind of it was so stressful, you know, and I just felt like everything was
ancestry.
It was like, it was getting too much. I had to step away from it for a little bit. It was a lot.
Yeah. So I would, and you know, once again for I just had a sudden thought of Whiteboy, and it just made me instantly angry.
Yeah.
But like people need to show proof when they make such crazy claims like that. You were trying to like basically.
Well, supposedly he said he has receipts and he was showing all this stuff, but I know for a fact it didn't happen. So I don't know what receipts he was showing. I mean, if I said, girl, you look good today, you know, have a great day. Love you, girl. You're my friend, you know, whatever, you know, I'm that kind of person, but I'm not like trying to hook up with you. If I give you positive motivation and try to, you know, make you feel good about yourself. I'm sorry if you're, you know, I am somebody, maybe if you're not very attractive and you're overweight, I might tell you look beautiful because I'm trying to make you feel good about yourself. I'm definitely not trying to have sex with you. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you're not pervert, and you're trying to make
especially a creator that won't show themselves on camera because they're insecure. I might have said something nice to her because I felt bad, you know, because I was trying to be nice. I might have tried to be nice to her and said, oh, you look nice today, or have a nice day or something. I was definitely not trying to hook up with you. I was probably just trying to be nice. That's it.
I know. And he tried to turn it into, so somebody just sent a clip from that they wanted me to, here, I'll check this. I think this might be yours. I don't know if this one's you, or I don't know if that was you or not. Is that you?
Some of it is.
I can't remember who, but anyways, I just pulled up I have a few of them, or I have I was trying to look here. Okay, Don Wells, Everts. Do we have okay, where's Goad? Right here. Okay, let me see it. Oops.
See, I think too, because of like their religion and stuff, I think they have like Wesley's a name they use. I think there's names that are used a lot too in like, because his family's from, you know, Don's family's like from Utah.
Yeah.
I think Wesley is a name. I think that's kind of a Lutheran kind of name or whatever, or LDS kind of name. Maybe. Because I noticed there's a lot of times people use names, the similar names, you know, when they are certain religions. It's real common to have. Because like Wesleyan, aren't they like Wesleyan or something? where they
Oh,
do the
maybe you're right.
purple
That's
with
right.
the purple, like the purple ribbon and all that on the cross.
I can't see it. It's another. But yeah, I think you might. I think I've
Yeah,
heard something about that before.
yeah, like that Wesleyan
Uh,
religion.
do you
It's
have
like
a
where they
channel? Do
put
you
the
want to share
purple
your
ribbon.
channel?
And I saw that Robin, when they did that ceremony, they put that purple ribbon on the cross. So they practice like that religion, that Wesleyan religion like that. And I think Wesley is like a common name to give. Just like if you're Catholic, you name, you're like Jose and Jesus. When you're Hispanic and Catholic, you get the same names. Maria, Guadalupe.
So, hey,
I'm
do you
just
want to share
saying,
your
it's the same
channel?
thing, kind of.
So I was trying to look up what your channel. Do you want to share? Yeah, K crime is your. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be going live ever again, but my mod was asking what your channel link was.
No, it's still there. I still have my channel. I just haven't put
Okay.
anything on
I
it
sent it to her,
because
and she's going to share your channel so that anybody who wants to follow her channel. But yeah, I don't know who that William Wesley Go Jr. is. I don't see another William around that guy on the tree. Oh, here, and somebody wanted us to play this real quick because it's only 15 seconds. So I figured, I know I saw somebody sent a couple emails too. I'll check in a second, but.
I had to come spend time with my sister. But I was heading out.
Oh, it looks like she's in Myrtle Beach area. She had to go spend time with her sister, is what she said. Where is this?
I had to come spend time with my sister.
yeah,
Wait,
she
why did I?
does.
I had to come spend time with my sister.
She does call her friends.
I was heading out.
Where's the watch full video?
I had to come spend time with my sister.
Where is this?
But I was heading out.
That is not Wisconsin.
Yeah, you would, damage.
Turbis.
Hello. I don't see no comments.
Island. I'm trying to look at the places around there.
I think that is when she went to Pigeon Forge.
Oh, Pigeon Forge.
That was
Oh.
a while ago, right?
So yeah, so Pigeon. Yeah, it was. So what's that mean? Like, so this was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
It looked like freaking palm trees. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
At the island. There's an island at Pigeon Forge. That's the island in Pigeon Forge, says Mimi06. Oh. I wonder which sister. Well, I mean, I don't know what sister who would she have been? What sister would she have been visiting out there? I mean, Rose is missing. Jeannie, from what I understand, didn't want anything really to do with her. Is that the? I mean, from your experience with Candace, did she talk to you about it?
Yeah, it wasn't a real sister. I think she was actually there with. I think it was that other Kathy.
Oh, so when she says sister, it was probably maybe it wasn't her real sister. Maybe she's just calling her sister.
Right. It was one of her. I'm trying to remember which friend it was. It was one of her friends at the time that she was calling her sister. For a while, it was Deanna, and Deanna's mom. I think Tanya. I think her name was Tanya and Deanna. she was calling them sisters. But I think Dawn was working near there, and so she went over there while he was working.
Okay. So yeah, it could be. A lot of people do call other women their sister, you know, friends, sisters. So that's true. But somebody, was the 411 on Rose Meyer. Do you know much about what can you tell us about Rose Meyer? She talk to you much about Rose Meyer?
Grandis's ex? Yeah. He hated her. I know
that's so weird.
Yeah, she didn't like her.
Who didn't like her? Candace didn't like her?
Didn't like her, right. Candace didn't like her. Right. But actually, she had another ex that she had been with way more than that, on and off for a long time. Oh, I can't remember what the lady's name was.
You're talking about Grandis, right?
Yeah, Grandis. Yeah, that one too. She had another ex. There was 2 different exes. She would, there was another one.
Rose Meyer.
Excuse me?
Besides Rose Meyer?
Yes, besides Rose Meyer. There was another woman. And I can't remember what her name is, but she'd go back and forth to Rose. But the other one is the one that she had the most issues with and was kind of crazy. It was like a crazy ex.
Oh.
She said, but
I'm trying to remember, like, I just remember the Rose one, but I'm sure there was one.
What her name was. It was like,
well, you know how Rose Meyer, she just looks a lot like, is she younger than Grandis? I guess I don't know. She looks younger, and
I don't think so, actually. I think she might be older. Rose Meyer.
Rose Meyer?
Yeah, I think she's older than she. Yeah, she's an older lady. Grandis really isn't even that old. She's just weathered.
That is true. I mean, she'd be in her 60s. I wasn't thinking that Rose Meyer would be in her 60s. I would think she'd be like
pretty old.
50, like.
No.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the camera. I have to see the chat. I'm sorry. I could pull up my phone,
but see, her Rose Meyer's daughter is in a lot of her stuff. Are you sure maybe you're seeing her daughter and not Rose Meyer herself? Rose Meyer is the old lady with the kind of the oversized woman, and she uses a walker, and she's got her hair dyed red over her gray.
I don't remember her being oversized, like bigger, like real big.
Not real big, but she's not a small woman.
Let me see if I can look somewhere real quick and just think of who
She's got like white hair, and she dyes it, puts red over it.
See if I have a Rose Meyer folder. Like with I don't think so. Let me look up. I know she had a Facebook. She's the one. Isn't she the one that Daisy accused of being actually Rose Bly? I thought that was who she put out her picture of.
Oh, I know. Okay, that's Candace. Candy Hair never dated the woman you're talking about.
She never dated Rose?
No, not the woman you're talking about.
Okay.
The woman I thought you're talking about is that older woman in Wisconsin with the red hair, the old lady. That's who she dated.
Well, I was watching I started my channel. Sorry, I was responding to somebody in chat, to Tiffany. I started my channel like beginning of September of 2021, but I was like in the community as far as like in chat, like in your guys' chats and stuff like that as Adrian A. All the time. People found that real quick. All they had to do, like somehow they found that before, I even told everybody.
Yeah,
But yeah, they
because
put
you
that
were
out.
doing reselling, right? You were doing makeup and clothing, buying
Yeah,
and selling online, right?
yeah.
And then
Rose
you,
Meyer and Kenneth, they were both said to have been in some sort of relationship. Yeah, that's what I thought. But maybe if I sent you a picture later, if when I get around to it, unless somebody wants to message me, if you anybody has it handy that just like don't go out your way and you want to send me a picture. Let's see what did somebody just send me something too, some kind of court document, State versus Goad, William Wesley Goad. Okay, that was and that would be, hold on. So, convicted of murder in an armed robbery, sentenced to death by electrocution. This is at John Wesley. Why does it say John Wesley Jones? Wait. But State versus Goad, William Wesley Goad. Another Wesley. Look at that. John Wesley Jones. Convicted of murder in the perpetration of the armed robbery, sentenced to death. He killed this John Crawford on February 14th in 1983. That's crazy. That's when
in
Cotton
where
passed.
though? Where at? In that
His
area?
brother. Yeah, I think this was over. Like I saw something about. He was arrested in Panama City, but if I was pretty sure that this is was over there. Right in Beach Creek area. It wasn't on. Does anybody? Siggy wearing Daisy things. Okay. Haven't heard that term for a while. Sorry. I just have to laugh. Anyways. I'm curious now, where did this happen? So John fireworks store and market. They worked for a fireworks store and market, and had worked for 12 years, or there for 12 years. Let's see if we can find so they're talking about robbing the cash register, took $575. He was 35 at the time. He had been reared in Maury County, graduated from Mount Pleasant. Then they talk about his Vietnam experience. They arrested him. Okay, so Bell Road Liquor Store in Nashville. Oh, they were okay. So it was Nashville. This is in Nashville. Okay. So I don't know if that's even. Oh, you guys can't even see what I was looking at, can you? I'm so sorry. Yeah, I guess it was in Nashville. So again, I don't know if it's even related at all to. I mean, I'm guessing it's related to Don's family. If Killer put, maybe he's just wondering or putting out there for us to look into. But there is that Crawford too. Let me see what people are saying. "1983 was a height of activity in the Cornbread Mafia time." Yeah. And I'm kind of wondering. Yeah, and I think they do have ties to Ben Hill area or Beach Creek area, the whole Cornbread Mafia thing, but I think that was just a coincidence. Anyways, okay, so I don't know really the connection. It's an interesting little story though. I don't know why I was thinking that was closer to the area, but what's interesting, I did watch True Crime. Do you watch stuff in the case anymore? Probably not, huh? Because you pretty much feel like know.
Sometimes if it comes across and it, but not as often, no, because it's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
and
I know.
If there's anything new, I would watch it. And like, you
Right.
know, I
don't watch very many people's either. So, I watched a video earlier from Dee's True Crime Commentary that you guys, it's interesting. But I don't want to get into it while you're up here because I don't want to put you in the middle of a bunch of drama about Andy Bernard and stuff. So, because she brought out some interesting stuff, and it does line up with something that Fred's told me, and I was going to talk about it. I don't know if you wanted to stay up here for it or if you're wanting to. I have to pee though.
I'll probably get down and I'll just watch you. And I'll be in chat. Now that
all
you
right,
know, because mainly we were discussing, you know,
yeah, we wanted to
jerky guy.
Actually, maybe I mean, I don't know if I should go over it because it's kind of like, I don't know.
Maybe you start a different live and it would be a different subject.
I could start a different live, I guess.
That probably would be better. And this one, even though it was very good to see. It was very good. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on.
Love your eyeglasses, they said.
My glasses, because I can't see. I like the chains.
Yeah.
They keep me from losing them. So they're stuck on me so I can see. Can barely see anymore. But thank you for having me on. I really enjoyed being up here and de-escalating my my stress from that crazy weirdo.
Yeah.
You actually
had a lot of nerve calling anybody else a weirdo. I'm like, dude, you know who you're.
I was really like, he really put me in like a mood, and like you really did get me out of that, and I thank you for that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want you to feel. I mean, it was just horrible. If you guys see it, like seriously, I don't know how how it won't be taken down because like it was such a like YouTube is big about hate crime or like hate like speech and stuff. They're big, especially for the like for those that they call protected or something. Even like I don't know some. They put the LGBTQ community in that category,
right?
So,
which is so weird because he didn't. Why is he even putting like making it about that? It's so weird.
I know, like why? I know, like, he didn't show proof. I'm sure because I don't believe it.
He has all these receipts, but I can't even see what he's talking about. All I know is like when I talk to about. Because, I kept saying, that Christy Gibson and Ida De Leon and that group, Stephanie Kirk and them. And I really feel there's an involvement there. And that's all I ever say. I don't know how it keeps getting turned around into something else. If I'm nice to you, I'm sorry.
You would think you would like your theory since it doesn't really involve like Candace or Dawn, like directly.
Right.
But no, I mean, he just needed something to talk about, I think. So
yeah, right.
I guess it was.
I'm a fun attack. I don't even care. Like I'm not even that, and like you said, you doxed yourself and all that, man. I've been everybody already knows who I am. I don't hide. I don't hide who I am. I've been an artist for years. People know, maybe not in the true crime community, but in the art community, I'm an artist. I'm very well known in the art community. I have a lot of people know who I am. It's hard not to be doxed, So I don't even care. But he's goofy.
That happens.
He's goofy, and it's kind of sad because he has a platform that could make a difference, and instead he's choosing to just make a joke out of people. And he doesn't, instead of supporting and boosting people, he wants to, make people feel bad. And then I can't even believe Daisy and Jinkies would even
like you were
trying with it. I actually had more respect for them than that. I really had more respect for them than that. I was really surprised that they would collaborate with him on it. And
when they know that that Whiteboy would freaking diss them in a freaking second, like would track them from here to you know what I mean? Like that guy has no loyalty to you guys. I don't know why she did that either. But I thought it was like, I didn't think it was very Christian, or nice or at all.
Even
I thought
just mature, you know, and they know I'm
no,
not.
it was so
They know
immature.
absolutely that I never was inappropriate with them. For them to say I hit on them, and then Jinky used to say the same thing and like make this joke about it. Like they even, I mean, why would they do that? That's weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, why would you even
Go there to
think I
that.
would be that I would even be there with that, you know, on that level?
Oh, just because you're a lesbian, I guess. I guess just because you're supposed, like, he's thinks that you're a lesbian, so automatically, you
So
know, that must mean
automatically I'm a hoe.
that's why. Yeah,
I'm a lesbian
automatically,
because I don't date men. I don't date men, so that means I'm a hoe. I haven't even dated it.
I guess that
I've
means
been
you
single for
want every
10
woman that you.
years.
I guess you want. That's what it is assumed a lot in the gay communities, like that. You know, when our two guys, you know, if they're guys, especially with men, you know,
Right.
like automatically think it has to be something like that. But we talked many times, and you never said anything inappropriate to me or even suggested anything. You never, and we talked a lot about Candace and Grandis. You never talked about being interested in him or ever having the hots for Daisy.
Never. Which I kind of wish I'd take back now if I was being nice and said something nice to them, like, "Oh, you look nice today." I'm like, can't even be nice and friendly to somebody.
I could see Candace taking niceness as something different because look how much, I mean, she gets like that. She gets very attached.
She got very attached to me, but I really don't feel at all that Candace told Daisy those things. I think Daisy thought that herself and put it in her own head.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I know Candace knows I never was inappropriate with Candace, ever. I only was friendly and nice and helped her. And I know Candace knows I never was inappropriate with her.
I can't believe, like, I mean, as much as you did for them, like more I mean, I know, like, not that it, like, you did it out of the kindness of your heart. I mean, that's just the person you are. Like, you don't ever, I mean, you were just, and so you wanted to help, you wanted to help, and you helped him out.
Yes.
With a lot of money.
Yes.
And I mean, this is how they repay you. Like, I mean, I really doubt that.
I honestly don't think it's Candace at all. It's Daisy just saying stuff because I really don't think that Candace would say I was inappropriate with her in any way. And the only thing she tried, she liked me so much and really wanted me in her life that she wished I would be with her mom. That's what she said. She wanted me. She wished she could set me up with her mom, that because she wanted a mom figure. I was I know I don't maybe don't look that old, but I'm not that young. You know, I'm older. And I'm, you know, was a mother figure towards Candace, you know. And we talked about a lot of stuff and private things that I'll never repeat because they're not things that would actually have anything to do with Summer going missing. And it was between her and I privately as friends. I became friends with Candace. And it makes me really sad that other people would say those types of things because it absolutely never was.
Basically, like you were praying. He was trying to make it out like you were just like preying on them.
Right. It never happened.
It's like, what the hell? Like, they're not even live anywhere close to you. Like you were never like one to really like put out your guys' relationship too much out there.
I didn't. I'm only actually saying it now.
I mean friendship.
Right. I put it out now, only probably kind of just defending myself. But I put it out a little bit now, defending myself. But it never.
He's the one in competition.
You know, me working on the Summer Wells case never was about being monetized. I'm not monetized. I never would take money. A couple times accidentally, I didn't turn the thing off, and like I got like money one time. I felt so bad. I never took money from it. I wasn't
Yeah,
never trying to make money. If anything, I spent
never.
a lot of money on the case. I was really interested in finding out what happened, you know? It was just so bizarre to me. And
Mhm.
and maybe it is selfish of me in a sense, you know, because I'm the type of person who I like puzzles. I like mysteries, and it was a
Yeah.
puzzle and a mystery, and I usually can figure it out. You know, and we've discussed that before. You know, I have a lot of psychic abilities, and usually, and I have, you know, um I
Mhm.
usually can feel it even. I usually can feel it. I couldn't feel it on this one. I couldn't feel it. I couldn't get the feeling. I couldn't catch it. What happened here? And I think that was a lot of people. I think that's why this case is where it is today still, because people can't understand it. Can't make sense of it.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So,
Well,
but
okay.
I
Well,
appreciate you coming up. And I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
thank
so
you.
sorry how you were treated. Like, and
No,
you
it's
handled
fine.
yourself so well. Like,
Well, I
and I
mean,
really want to
I
address
don't
this,
even
but
care. That guy, he's a jerk. I should have known. I didn't know he was that bad. So now that I know what he's about, but you know.
yeah,
But thank you for having me up,
yeah.
and we'll have to get
We'll stay in
together
contact.
again and really go over some more stuff, you know, and talk about some more
Yeah,
things and see if we can come
update.
up with some more ideas again now that you know, as more time has passed.
And your health, you're doing better. And yeah, if you're
Maybe I'll
ready
dive
to
back into it
at
again.
it. We'll
Dive back
see.
into
Yeah.
it again, and we can go down there, and maybe we can go in
Oh,
June.
definitely. I definitely have to update you on some stuff, so and see what you think.
Are you going to go
But I
in
really,
June? Are you going to go in June for like Summer's
oh
Day?
god, probably not. I don't know if that
Yeah.
would be a good idea. I don't want to make anything about if me and Fred showed up to something like that just would be too much. There, they would all be like so nice to us, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, still, I don't want to. It's no, probably not. It probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Right.
Um,
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys, and everybody have a
thank you.
nice night. Good night.
All right, you too. All
Thank
right,
you.
bye. Okay, let's see. Well, I appreciate your coming on, and I was so upset earlier, guys. I had to go live because but thank God I got distracted and I didn't go live when I was, and I had hit the StreamYard. I'm sorry that I'm looking. Maybe if we do this, because see, I'm looking at the computer and now it's gonna be all dark, but I mean now that I'm well, this is an old school camera. Manually having to fix the focus. That's hilarious. So that was K Crime from Burn Barrel. And she's actually the one that Fred's sister had sent that sample polygraph, the Cotton Simpson one. She hasn't been on. She kind of just stepped away for a while, like she said, because she stepped away. I know exactly when it was because there was a very monumental time in the community, and it was around the time that Nana's Angels? Yeah, Nana's Angels, when she passed away, and that really shook K Crime like bad. They didn't know each other well or anything. I mean, they knew each other. Like, actually, I don't think they really had the best relationship. Like on here, but it bothered her, so she started taking her health like a lot more seriously at that time. It scared her. That was exactly the time when she had walked away. It's like, nobody will listen. I know I already feel like I know it. I already know. I feel like I know that this is what happened. And she believes, like, strongly in this, the half-sister theory. So, you know, and it's like, it's hard for me. So we didn't always agree because obviously my theories like go different, definitely a different way. So when we would debate each other, but we could stay, she has a really good ability to stay calm. Okay. Like during like high stress situations or when being attacked or whatever. I'm not as good at that. But we used to go up on panel and kind of debate each other a little bit because we could do that without getting mad at each other. We would try. So anyways, Fred's sister thought, oh, well, I'm going to contact her because she must not like Ziggy. So she was contacting all the creators she thought didn't like me. But yeah, see, we were friends, like more friends than really. I mean, we did a lot of research on the case together, a lot too. It's just that it's hard for me to completely go with that theory because I have to think, you know, obviously, well, why this other things? Like why obviously a certain person on the road? Like I have to know, you know, why that then? Why? So that's the only thing. That's why that's why my theory that like Benny played on his Benny and Tiffany played the other day is truly what I still I mean it's I still have to, it at least has to, I don't know, it's hard for me to deter from that still, but it's just crazy to me because he just decided he just had a slow day and decided to attack somebody who emailed him their theory and let them know that they had talked to Candace several times. And what I'm guessing is he probably contacted Candace and be like, oh, do you know this wit lady? Blah, 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 or something. Or Dawn, probably, or contacted Dawn, you know, and probably sat there and I don't know, got them worked up about something and upset and decided to be the hero for Dawn and Candace and go live, even though like she doesn't even say anything against Dawn and Candace. You guys talking, even disagreeing with each other was really yeah. And I try to also watch like certain things. I just you know, watch what I discuss with certain people on panel because there's no, it's, you know, I'll have to ask her. I forget what, you know, I've asked her privately. I didn't ask her up here, but I don't want to put her on the spot like that up here, but I am going to ask her privately, like what she thinks like Andy was doing then. I think she said something with drugs. I'm like, but then how did he know? I don't know. But anyways, Whiteboy is mean to women. Yeah. It's disappointing to see his wife in there cheering him on during those type of like, you know, because I really like liked her and respected her, and he just says the most god awful lies about me and Fred. You know, well, I should say Fred and me, like as a creator, not just about Fred as he wants to, you know, label a suspect or whatever. But he even tries to put me down. For what reason when I don't even freaking like talk about the dude? Let's see. Right, exactly. I agree, Missy Demeanors. It is. If he would have, it is less suspicious. It's just what makes it suspicious is the denying. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the only thing that made it suspicious. But there has to be something. You guys, I'm not just going by Fred's word, but still, I mean, even that is good enough for me. Weirdos, right? Diana, the other side has stolen our word. We want our word back. Weirdos is our word for you weirdos. You guys copied us over on this side. I hate that there's sides. I shouldn't say it like that, but it's truly what it is. Like, I'm done with people who are playing games in the Summer Wells case, like purposely making a mockery of it, while either hiding behind God or even no matter what they're doing. If you are purposely putting out false information and it has anything to do with Summer Wells or her parents or anything, like, you are purposely trying to run interference for Dawn and Candace or try to change like public opinion, that means you are against Summer Wells and finding the truth for Summer Wells. Because why would you help with the confusion and all the madness if you want Summer Wells found? Does that make any sense? People need to use logic. How is it that Whiteboy, who's supposed to be this representative now, I guess basically mini Tim Mullins Jr., I guess, he's supposed to be this, like, now this Tim Mullins apprentice, we'll say. And aren't the parents don't they want answers for Summer Wells? Why is he attacking people and saying things like, things about their sexuality and just be like making a joke and mockery of the case and making fun of people? It's nothing beneficial. Then he comes on here and then he talks so much shit about these people as if it's beneficial. No, the sides, what I mean by sides, but even though I just said I shouldn't have said it that, but of course, like, somebody's going to bring attention to that, even though I just literally said I shouldn't have mentioned it like sides. But I think it doesn't take a genius to see that there's the ones, it's not supporting the parents exactly. It's putting the side of people who are purposely like putting out like lies and like, yeah, most of it is Don Wells and Candace's side of their biggest supporters. I mean, and you know what? I don't even really talk about the parents like that much. And that's the thing too. Like, people like what good does it help when Whiteboy goes back to the parents and says that we're saying all this type of shit about them? We haven't said anything like that. He's just trying to cause drama in the case to continue his channel. He wants to upset the parents and cause this back and forth. You know, I don't even really focus on like the parents really over here that much, honestly. Like, it's usually because it's hard for me still to believe that that the parents don't have like guilty knowledge. It's absolutely, I mean, with all the red flag, there's been so much weird behavior, like way too much like games played and just completely, you know, the way he's talking about his daughter's fish food and these motel rooms and like horrible ways. Too many red flags for me to just like be like, oh no, Dawn and Candace aren't like at all at fault. So, or they don't know anything. It's obvious that like, no, I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself. I'm sorry, guys. I feel at least one of them has to have guilty knowledge, like, or have to have something. Burn Barrel was on your channel back in the day saying she helped Dawn and Candace pay to get their DNA rolled out. And And that child found in a field in Virginia. Really? Oh my God. Where is this at? But I can also like vibe with like, we all have slight variations. Like none of us agree 100% with each other, really. Even, I mean, if you've noticed, like, yeah, I'm not going to go into talking about, because I'll get it wrong, other people's like beliefs, but like, I'm cool with, like, I'm with, you know, like me and Tiffany and Benny, we have differing, it's not exactly the same. You know what I mean? But we're cool. I mean, at least that's how I feel. And also share, we don't agree completely either. I mean, it's because these people are killer looks. These people are wanting answers, you know, so they know it's important to work together to try to find answers and try hard to get past our differences. Be mature and try hard to, you know, get in these arguments about with each other, you know, about like the petty stuff. Like why does Whiteboy have to come out here and purposely like try to cause more drama, try to put out more misinformation, more lies? Why is he doing that? Like why? And then trying to turn it around like somebody that these other people are the bad guys. But yet compare how he acts and what kind of stuff he puts out and like the horrible stuff that he says. Like it's insane. I mean, and he went on there and the stuff that he was saying about, from what I heard about me and stuff, was complete lies. He just made up and told Dawn I said, and I never said that stuff. I mean, I couldn't believe he had just come up with this elaborate story out of nowhere. I don't know if he got that off of somebody else, off of hearsay, like thinking like, you know, because there's a lot of trolls that go around from channel to channel and they'll say, oh, Ziggy said that. They'll go like in Tiffany's room and they'll be like, oh, Ziggy said this about you. Or they'll go into, you know, Daisy's or something, be like, Ziggy said this, because, you know, like Daisy's easy to be triggered. And then it gets her all upset. Or just, that's what they do. They say a bunch of lies, or they'll say, exaggerate completely about what you actually say. And then they'll go tell somebody else. And there's people like Whiteboy that I guess doesn't do his homework and actually watch stuff, like, which I don't watch shit either, unless I'm going to respond and I'm going to have to hear for myself. I had them add their DNA to the name Namus. That is crazy that wasn't even, you know, that law enforcement. But no, what he did tonight was against, completely against TOS. They consider the LGBTQ community a protected community or a protected group. So, and that's big on YouTube. So that's all I'm saying. It was basically a hate crime what he was sitting there doing. Sitting there, oh, scissor, oh, one scissor, and then trying to portray her as some kind of like weirdo, like, or some kind of like weirdo like him and, you know, like his people. Come on. She can be gullible, but I think, you know, I'm disappointed in Daisy and stuff, but like she was nice to me the other day when I was in her chat and stuff. Sometimes there's several of these people and I think Daisy's one of them. She wants to fit in with certain people. It's like, I just don't care. Like I've learned the best way to go about things here on this platform is just to go with how you truly feel, no matter what. Even when somebody you think you really like or whatever, says something, their opinion's different or whatever, but you don't want to cause problems, or no, I'm not like that anymore. And you don't have to worry about me talking shit about you behind your back, because what I say is, this is just how I am in general. Behind closed doors on here, what you see is what you get. I know they're trying to rewrite history. That's exactly what they're doing. And it's like, that's a disservice to Summer Wells. That is, what did they call it? What did law enforcement tell Fred? Conspiring? But you guys, on my in chat, let's see, the Nightbot code is exclamation updates, I think. And if you have Facebook Messenger and want to join the Getting Ziggy with community, right here, hit that link. For some reason, like for Fred, for instance, it won't work. Like it's saying some users, this service doesn't work for. And then I don't know why. But if you have Facebook Messenger and you want to know every time I'm live, like on here or wherever I'm at, because I go here and I go on TikTok sometimes and on Empress, or I'll share my posts in there and stuff. It's like a one-way chat, basically, where I just put out like when I'm live and stuff like that. It's a new feature over on Facebook that I wanted to try out, and I can just put everything in there, and it's just like a messenger that goes to your guys' phones, and you can hit the link and go. So if you wanted to hit join, I made it just one way because like I've learned my lessons about communities like Discord and stuff like that, and group stuff, settings never go well. It always gets clicky, and I learn from my mistakes. Okay. So I just saw somebody just requested to join. So it will make me, okay. It just, so it will have me approve your request. If you want to. So, and I'll be on the lookout. I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, eventually, who knows? Well, you'll be the very first to find out. So for those of you that I had been messaging individually before I went live on Facebook Messenger, instead join this, and I'm just going to send it there instead, like a one and done, instead of having to go through every one of you guys. If it won't let you join, I guess just message me. If it's trying to say link expired, for some of you, it's for some reason doing, like Fred, it did that, and it did that for, I think, Bellanova too. I don't know why. Right, Mohawk Mom? It's just, what I'm showing on the screen. It's just a new thing. Like if you wanted to join it, the Getting Ziggy with It community, it's a Facebook Messenger thing. It just sends you messages. Like it's basically I send you messages when I'm live or anything like big happening or whatever. Like there's a group of people that I like have asked me to let them know, because sometimes like YouTube notifications like are crappy or whatever. And so I sometimes share it to a bunch of people on Facebook Messenger. But with this, I could just share it in one place. Well, except kind of September, like a group chat, except it's just one way. It's one way, not back and not like it's just anything. The only person able to chat is me. Sorry. Well, and I don't understand. That's what I don't get. Why wouldn't I hear Don and Candace saying these horrible things about me and stuff, and it's just like when I'm trying to help find their child. I mean, yes, I've looked into them, and they need to take responsibility for their actions. They've done some very suspicious and said some very suspicious things. And the thing I was going to go over, which I was trying to think if I wanted to do it now, was like Dee's True Crime. She put out a video here, and I was going to. No, that's not it. So she did a thing here showing the connection to this guy, this multi-millionaire or whatever that's connected to the Fields Road property. And Dee, like things like this will come up and it will like jog a memory, you know, and Fred, because Fred lived in that community basically his whole life. If not on Ben Hill, like in the Beach Creek area. There was a short time he lived in Virginia, but anyways, majority of his life right there in that community. So there was a time, if that, you know, I've talked about it on here, we talked about the antiques, his grandma, Andy Bernard's grandmother's antiques that he sold. So like and I have talked about on here how his grandmother was in the nursing home and he was supposed to sell these antiques to get money to help take care of her in the nursing home and stuff. But I guess he like ended up selling all these like antiques, and he even went to people like Fred and asked them if they knew anybody who wanted to buy some antiques. And this would have been like over 15 years ago, a long time ago. And Andy was asking Fred, like, do you know anybody who wants to buy any antiques? And then he had also mentioned like that he ended up selling them to a guy he met at an auction, like he said a multi-millionaire he met at an auction in like Knoxville, and then they drove the items to Nashville or something. So I think this auction was in Knoxville, and then he met him, I think, at this Knoxville auction. And then I don't know if it's the same multimillionaire here that Dee has uncovered, but it does sound very similar because the word multimillionaire, that wording, that's the same wording he used when he was describing the person he sold these antiques to. He called him a multimillionaire. And he didn't say baseball player or whatever. But you guys, I think you should watch this. And subscribe if you're not already, because she was trying to get a few more subscribers. She's trying to hit a goal, which I'm sure she's already hit, but sub up, because she is putting out, it's like she said, she's putting out just facts, like, and she's being threatened for what she's putting out. What's the big deal? Like that she's showing people where the Fields Road property, like ties to, you know, who that ties to. I don't see the big deal. Like, why is that? Why are people giving her such a hard time about that? And trying to get her videos taken down is what she says. But yes, like Andy did talk about a multimillionaire in the past, and he had said that he sold all the antiques to this multimillionaire. And my guess, from what I hear, well, I've talked to you guys. I told you, remember, he had all that money and they went on vacations and blew it and stuff. And there's even text messages out there between Andy and Jody Sue talking about, or Andy and somebody, it might have been his son, talking about all the money. Yeah, his son talking about all the money that they blew through on vacations and stuff. It sounds like those were probably from those antiques he sold. But I don't know. Just saying, just a theory. But yeah, Andy had mentioned that he had to make several trips to Nashville to this multimillionaire to deliver these antiques. So that's just a little, that's all I know about it from what Fred's told me. And basically that's what this video is about. It kind of, in a way, she talks about how she got to.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix.
Tells me I'm on the correct path and I'm on the right path, and they want me to shut up. But you know what? I'm not going to shut up. I'm not scared, and I know I'm on the right track. There ain't no two ways about it.
I would say at this point, if you got a call back from TBI, then there is probably something interesting. I wonder if that worries any of that clan getting a call back. I mean, why would TBI contact D back about the 162 Bernard property? Why would they contact her at this time unless they already had a big hint about something? Because we're going over 4 years, right? So she got a call back recently from TBI interested in this information about this deed stuff and this guy who it goes back to this Sydney, this baseball player. Right here, Sydney, this guy, I guess. So that would make me, I mean, that is like very interesting to get a call back at, right, this time on something connected to the Fields Rose property. I don't know, guys. That should tell you something, in my opinion, because they're not going to contact you back about stuff like, because these people, they have way more information than we have. He lived down on Ben Hill. Like he was like he was the second to last place on Ben Hill Road. So like a half mile down the road from the wells. So anyways, here's her channel, guys. I'm going to go, I think. I wasn't planning really on to go live. I hate doing drama or whatever, but if you guys see that, I didn't want to share Whiteboy's, like, but if you're welcome, Whiteboy, for the extra views, because you're going to get a lot of people, and this is exactly what he wants too, and that's the thing. That's why I decided, was trying to think forever if I should go live about it, because he wants this, so it will bring more attention to his channel, and then he'll have more to talk about, right? Because he's bored. So, and he wants views and he wants money, obviously. I mean, trying to, I didn't want to, but if you guys see that video, you'll be like disgusted how horrible he was to her. It was so gross. Especially if you know her, when it's like, I mean, I know a lot of you guys might not know her, but like, she's nothing like he tried to portray her. And that's what was so like, it's like, how is this freaking weirdo going to try to sit there and call her a weirdo? Basically insinuate she's some kind of like predator. Like, it was crazy. It was disgusting and horrible. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm sure I already I'm sure I already caused enough drama for myself. So I'm going to end it there. That's all the attention I can't anymore. He's a plug. Hey, I'll talk to you later.